diving into what?
Geometry.
Geometry. Yes, geometry. Geometry is a beautiful thing, is it not?
Yes.
I love me some geometry. All right. What is geometry? Geometry is shapes. Figuring out shapes. Absolutely.
That's cool.
Absolutely. Everybody turn to page 819 in your textbook.
Volume 2.
Volume 2. Yes, turn to it.
What page did you say?
819.
Oh my. It's on shape too. So many lessons. Oh, I already underlined all the keywords. Do we need a highlighter to highlight the key terms?
You will. You don't need a highlighter particularly, but as long as you know the page number. Okay?
I already underlined all of
Geometry. Beautiful thing. Chapter 13.1, chapter 13.2. But first, every time we dive into a new concept, what do? What do we learn? We take those baby steps, that's all right. But we know that we teach by standards, right? Or we could just teach you whatever we want. But we have to teach you by standards. Somebody raise their hand and read to me. Go ahead, Casey, read standard to me, please.
Find the area of right triangles, other triangles, special quadrilaterals, and polygons by composing into rectangles or decomposing into triangles and other shapes. Apply these techniques in the context of solving real world and mathematical problems.
Yes, and that's a whole lot of mumbo jumbo, isn't it? A whole lot. But in real terms, what we're going to do is saying, I will be able to find the area of a right triangle and other polygons. But there's some key words that I want you to understand in there. Composing and decomposing. Can somebody tell me what composing and decomposing means? Somebody else besides Casey. Somebody tell me what composing. Yes, Miles. That's another word. Yes. But what is it doing? What is it doing? It's Julian? Yes, separating, breaking it apart. Yes, exactly. What about composing? What are we doing? When we're composing something, what are we doing? Yeah, you're bringing it together and making something. Yes, exactly. So we're going to compose and decompose shapes, because we're in geometry, to find the area. And you may ask, well, why are we going to do that? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Okay? First of all, we're going to go over some vocabulary. Look on page 819 in your book. See that, Jason? See that? See that right there? That's a whole lot of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Am I going to spend my whole class period making you write that down?
No.
No, I'm not. I'm going to assign it to you for homework. Homework,
Really?
part number 1. Yes. Yes, really?
Wait, are we? I have a question.
Mr. Addison, how come you giving us homework?
And I got a baseball.
Wait, Mr. Addison.
I got
I don't hear it. I can't hear it.
No, I didn't realize that.
Yes.
I don't write the definitions in my journal. I just highlight them in here, so.
No, but this time you're going to write them in your journal for homework. So this time for homework. Julie, a question. Yes.
I'm writing all of them.
Absolutely.
Wait, all what?
Is that all your homework?
No.
Milo, you make me laugh. Absolutely not. You know, whenever I give you a new concept, I like for you to practice. And everybody's like, oh, Mr. Addison. Can't stand you, Mr. Addison. God, always giving us some homework.
Jeez, Mr. Addison, why you gotta do that?
I'm telling you. All right, so let's see. Let me test your knowledge. I want to test your knowledge. Somebody tell me in this room, look around. Tell me where a pentagon is. Somebody show me where a pentagon is. Going to a pentagon.
Oh, that's true.
I am testing your knowledge. Anybody, tell me. Somebody in the room besides Casey. Yes, Jason. The quiet zone. Look back there.
Oh, I was gonna say star.
Look at that.
That star?
That's not a star. That is a pentagon back there. See that over there?
That's a star.
That is not a pentagon.
Oh, okay, never mind.
See that pentagon over there? A shape. A shape that you all know. Yes? Okay, I got a tough one for you.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Somebody tell me where in this room you can find a decagon.
Oh,
I know.
Decagon. Decagon. Look around. I see a bunch of them.
Really?
First of all, you have to figure out what a decagon is.
I know what it is.
What's a decagon? A shape with 10 sides, yes. So obviously this is a review and you know all this.
Wait, what's the one with the 6 sides?
We're doing deca right now.
10.
Somebody tell me,
a lot, man. I can't
so I can see a decagon in this room.
Oh, I see one.
Raise your hand.
I found
Micah.
The stars.
Yes,
Yeah,
a
that's what
star.
I was looking at.
I see stars everywhere.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That is a
You don't even
decagon.
have to count that. Oh.
Decagon, star, a decagon. Yes, a 5-pointed star is a decagon. Now, you remember those words up there. You see those words? Now, I want you to look at this. Look at that pentagon that we have up there. See where I'm pointing to it? Now, you remember that word we had? Remember that word where I said decompose?
Yes.
If I decompose that pentagon, what can I decompose it into? What can I decompose it into, Micah?
Oh, rectangle and a triangle.
Yes! Absolutely. Don't
That's
fire
a
today.
pin.
I'm hearing you. I feel you. I'm feeling you today.
Is that a deca? I mean, is that
Oh, we have another one.
Yeah.
We have another one way over there.
It's a pin.
It's your Florida
It's a
Gator
pentagon.
sign.
Florida
It's a
Gators
pentagon way up
National
there.
Championship.
It's like way up there.
1996
Yes.
2006.
We do. So did you see? Did everybody see? Did everybody see the way?
what about that
Excuse
crayon?
me. Did everybody see the way we decomposed
Yeah.
that sign over there? So now that tells you that we have 2 basic shapes that we're going to use to decompose. What do you think those 2 basic shapes are? To decompose. The 2 basic shapes. Tell me, Ali. The triangle and square, or quadrilateral. Quadrilateral. So that takes us to our first vocabulary word up here. Triangle. Triangle. Now I hope, I truly hope that since the 2nd grade, we all know what a triangle is. We all know what a triangle is? Yes, we do. We do. We all know what a triangle is. However, there are several different types of triangles, and that is what you really need to know in 6th grade. Because you can name them, doesn't mean you can tell me what they are. Aha! So I will tell you. Hold on. I need to go over one more vocabulary word with you before we get into that. That vocabulary word is
Quadrilateral.
no, and do not call out on me again. It is congruent.
Oh, that's what I was pointing at.
Congruent.
That's how you say it?
Congruent.
I thought it was
Now,
compliment.
what does congruent mean? What is congruent? What does congruent mean? You've heard it before. What does it mean? Casey, what does it mean?
It's exactly the same.
Yes, exactly. Exactly the same. So that means if I have an angle or I have a side and they are congruent, they are exact. That means if I have an angle of 90 degrees, it cannot be 89.9 or 90.1. It must be 90 degrees. Exactly. If I have a side that is 8 centimeters long, it can't be 8.01 centimeters long. It can't be 7.99 centimeters long. It must be exactly. There's no rounding in congruency. It must be exactly 8 centimeters long. Does everybody understand that? Very important. Very important. Okay, so now we know what congruent means. Let's go over some of these shapes. We have several different triangles. Remember I told you there's several different ones. First off, we're going to go over, that looks crooked, a right triangle. How do I know if there is a right triangle? Tell me, Nathan, how do I know?
Because it has a right angle.
It has a right angle. What is a right angle?
It's 90 degrees.
90 degrees, exactly. How do we signify a right angle in a shape? Casey,
A square where it
On the
is.
corner.
just like that. See that right there? Just like exactly. Perfect. That's how we signify a right angle. A right angle is 90 degrees. It is exactly 90 degrees. It is not 92 degrees. It is not 89.87 degrees. It is 90 exact degrees. Everybody understand? Very cool. Yes, ma'am.
I didn't think triangles were like that, like they slant like this. I thought they were just like.
No, triangle can be, as long as it has 3 sides, it can be a triangle. Okay? That's why we have several different types of triangles. Now we go to acute triangle. Oh, remember that last section we went over? What does that mean? What does that little sign mean? Yes, Ray?
It means that some,
Acute. Acute.
it says acute.
Jason?
Less than 90.
Yes, less than 90 degrees. Very nice. Less than 90 degrees. This is the way you remember this. Remember this. Acute. It's very small. Cute, so cute. Cute little angle. Remember that cute little small little angle? Cute. That's a cute angle. A cute angle. Now we have, move to the next one. An obtuse angle. An obtuse, what is it?
I was gonna say, isn't an acute angle 45 degrees?
No,
What
no,
is
less than 90 degrees. Less than 90, okay? Less than 90. An obtuse. An obtuse. Antonella.
It's greater than 90.
Greater than 90 degrees. Remember this. Obtuse, you remember, now we don't want to be
Why?
mean here, okay? But you know the word obese?
Yeah.
Obese,
No.
obese, obese, large, okay? Larger, okay? Remember that. Just little ways to memorize those things, okay? Now we got to go through this boring stuff first, and we're going to get into the fun stuff, I promise.
You see,
Equilateral triangle. An equilateral triangle. Now let's break that down. Remember how we break things down in English? Ariel, tell me, what does equilateral mean?
When all sides are equal.
Yes, it means all sides are equal. Now, look on that picture right there. Way to go, Ariel.
Way to
Way
go.
to go, Forthy.
Way to go.
Fourthy.
for the
Hey.
Now look on here. Look on here. Now, lateral. Somebody tell me what lateral means. Somebody, anybody. Oh gosh, no hands are raised. Look, I'm moving. How am I moving? How am I moving? How am I moving?
What about the lateral?
I'm moving sideways. What does lateral mean?
Sideways.
Sideways.
Isn't that like a football?
Lateral is a side.
It's like,
Lateral means side. That's side. Now look, equilateral. Now notice how these little hash marks, tick marks. Notice how all 3 of them are the same.
Yeah.
What's the significance of that? What is it, Nathan?
doesn't it mean like they're all the same?
Exactly the same. They are all what?
ruin.
Congruent. Yes, they are all congruent.
One equal.
Okay, now I'm going to have you infer. Remember those words in English? You're like Mr. Addison, who teaches us English and all this nonsense.
Oh yeah,
I
we
know,
know
now
teaching
it's
us mystery.
Let's
All
infer.
that stuff.
Now, if I have an equilateral and you saw the little tick marks, and then you look up there and I say isosceles, what would that mean? What does it mean? Somebody else. Wiley, what does it mean?
It means.
Oh.
Isosceles. Want some help?
Can I help him?
Yes,
Am I allowed
no.
to look in here?
You can, but let's infer. Let's try to infer and just look at the tick marks and try to say what it means.
It's not. Casey, shut
Allie, help him out.
2 sides are
Only 2 sides are equal, exactly. Isosceles, 2 sides are equal.
What?
Very good,
I
Allie.
read this, but I just
Very
don't
good.
have a copy of it.
Very good. Now we have that last one. Once again, we're going to infer. Jocelyn, tell me what scalene means.
Oh, my chest.
No tick marks.
I heard you singing the Jeopardy music.
I was just doing that.
What is it? All what? Yes, all sides are different. Very good.
But then why do they look the same?
All sides are different because they're all triangles. And they all have 3 sides.
Not me like fell over. No, the
The equilateral.
last one on the right.
Now listen up, guys. I'm stomping my foot. You know what happens when I stomp my foot, right?
Listen,
And you need to know this. You need to know this.
I'm ready then.
This is pretty important. Pretty important stuff. You need to know this. Those are the characteristics of triangles. Let's go to some characteristics of quadrilaterals. Quadrilaterals. Namely, parallelograms. You have a question, Ray?
the scalene triangle looks like it fell over triangle.
It did. It looks like it
It
fell
looks like an
over.
isosceles triangle
Exactly.
fell over.
Let's go over some quadrilaterals.
Isosceles triangle?
Where's my quadrilateral paper at?
Oh, it's like a right. Let's look at a cute triangle. Just see
Somebody tell me what a quadrilateral is. Tell me. What is it? What is it, Ray?
Oh, it has 4 sides.
It has 4 sides. Very good. Quadrilateral. Name a quadrilateral for me, Milo. A square. Let's look at a square. Very good.
Triangle.
A square. Oh, we're seeing those tip marks again. So what possibly could that mean? What could it mean, Arielis?
That like
All
all the sides are congruent.
the sides are congruent. Exactly. So for a square, all sides must be exactly equal. One other thing that's not there, but what else?
They all have right angles.
They all have right angles. All 4 angles are right. Exactly. Nathan, you have a question?
Oh, never mind.
Okay. Let's go over another one. Now, we're going to get deeper. We're going to get deeper into these shapes. We have another quadrilateral, a rectangle.
Oh wait,
A rectangle.
why is that two?
Aha! Now we see. Why does it have 2 tick marks? Milo.
Because the ones with the 2 tick marks, they're shorter than the
no.
ones on the side.
Kind of. Angel?
They're not right angles.
No, they're all right angles. Look at the boxes. Yes. Julian?
Is it because they're parallel?
They're parallel. However, there's something else. Nathan?
They're the same, but the other 2 are longer.
Very good. Nathan is on top of it. Very nice. Very nice. So, what it's saying is the one with 2 tick marks, those are congruent. The ones with 1 tick mark, those are congruent. So, because you have 2 sides congruent, but not all sides congruent, what does that mean? That means it is a rectangle. Yes, that is the definition of a rectangle. Let's look at one more. Question?
Yes. So like if you had 2 other sides and they weren't congruent to the other ones, it would be 3 tick marks.
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct. And so on.
Okay.
And so
So
on.
it's
So you can
correct
have
to
a
keep
shape
going?
that has several sides, but 2 of those sides might be equal lengths, and they will have a tick mark. And then 2 other sides may have equal lengths, they'll have 2 tick marks. 2 other sides may have equal lengths, and they'll have 3 tick marks. And it keeps on going.
What
Yes,
about the
Julie?
one that you said earlier? But does it matter like if you put which number you put 1 tick mark on?
No, it does not matter. As long as the ones that you put a tick mark on are congruent. It does not matter. Yes, Ray.
Is there a scaling rectangle?
No, there's not a scaling rectangle. It doesn't fit the definition. Does not fit the definition.
Could you
Okay.
not fit all the shapes on 1 page?
Can we fit all the shapes on 1 page? I could, but I like flipping.
I like slipping.
This is what we call a rhombus. A rhombus is a parallelogram also. Okay? A rhombus is a parallelogram. Do we see something similar between a rhombus and another shape? Adriana? Yes, all the sides are equal like a square. However, there is something different. What is different?
They have a few angle angles.
Exactly. Milo, good job. Own it. Yes. The square has all 90-degree angles, right? That rhombus does not. Even though the sides are all equal, the angles are not.
So it has 2 shapes and 2
Exactly. Yes. Very good. Very
Where
nice.
did it have the obtuse? No, obtuse.
right there.
Where there?
And
Is there
then
any
the other
obtuse?
corner diagonally
Right
of
there.
it. Yeah, that's a 2.
Right there.
The side, like the corner there.
Right there.
If
So
it's
those
going
are
like this, then it's
those are the characteristics
it's
of
triangle.
your basic shapes. Your quadrilaterals,
It's like
okay, your quadrilaterals and your triangles. We're going to use those shapes to find the areas of much larger shapes with sides, okay? But first of all, we got to learn how to do the area of these, okay? So, you all have your handy-dandy blue sheets. There they are. I see them. I see them.
Oh, I didn't
You
know
all
that.
have your handy-dandy blue sheets. They're not going away. Ray, another question. You can. Yes. We all have our handy-dandy sheets that you're going to use. Yes, you are.
Right here.
So let me remind you of a couple of formulas. There's your formulas.
Right here.
There it is.
for round like 16.
Look at the bottom of there. Look at the bottom of that sheet. You see them? There's the formulas for your areas and perimeters. Okay?
We don't have perimeter.
How do I figure out the perimeter of something that you learned in 4th grade? How do I figure it out? Somebody raise their hand and tell me how to figure out the perimeter. Sierra, you add the length of all the sides in the shape. That is the perimeter. The outside the length of all the sides on the outside.
And trying to think of the thing that you call like it's like in the middle circle.
We're going to get the circles later. Let's get the circles later, okay?
Yeah.
So,
Radius.
if you notice the area of a triangle, remember the other day when I went over how we got the area of a triangle? Remember how I cut the square in half?
Yes.
And then we come up with that little nice little formula that you all know. And then the area of a square, rectangle, and parallelogram has the same formula. Remember that. All of those have the same formula. Okay? We're about to put those formulas to use. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Do I have any questions so far? Do I have any questions? Okay. I am going to break you up into groups. We're going to do an activity. The groups will have roles. Everybody in the group will have a role. I'll break you up. You need to do your job within the group. Yes, sir. No, do not play with them. They're a tool. Okay? So, first group. First group. Nathan, Samantha, Adriana, Hunter. You have 30 seconds to figure out your roles. Those are the roles. All right? Let me put the roles up on the board. This is what you will do. There are 4 people in the group. You will have a recorder, a measurer, another measurer to help that measure out, and a verifier. The verifier verifies the measurements. The recorder writes everything down. Okay? Make sure you're doing your job. If I see you're not doing your job, I'm going to pull you.
So the recorder just like keep you.
Writes things down. That way everybody's not fighting over everything.
I call recorder.
Now, when you get your dimensions and you get the lengths of things, you all will do the computations. And then the verifier will look at those things. Okay?
Okay.
Are we very clear? Put thumbs up if we're clear. Samantha, you're not clear? All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, put your names on it. I'll get you.
I call recorder. You never use Richard or
I got it. I got it. I got it.
I call recorder. I'm a
Come here, Angel. You're in that group right there.
I'm the measurer. I'm the measurer.
I'm the verifier.
Go to Jocelyn. You guys are on. What's That's your group. Jocelyn and Ray. Okay. You guys are going to have to, somebody's going to have to double up. Okay?
I'll measure.
Do not play with tape measures.
You have to do the recorder.
You guys don't have to go forward. Alright, we're ready.
Are you ready? Okay. Does everybody have their groups written down, their names on their rolls?
Yes.
All right. Now, if you flip that page over, you have some instructions on there. And you also have your formula sheet to use. The recorder should have the clipboard.
We need to get a scrap of paper.
Probably should use a scrap sheet of paper. Here's what we're going to do. Pay attention and pay attention well. You see activity number 1 up there?
Yes.
Miss Tracy wants to recarpet the room. It's getting dirty at the end of the year. She found some stuff on sale. She found some carpet on sale. But you guys have to figure out the area of the room. And to do that, you see all this stuff in here? We can't get wall to wall. We're going to go outside.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to go outside and you're going to measure the building to find out the area of the building.
Wait, but how are we gonna get like up? What is this?
You're measuring the area of the floor.
Oh, so we're going outside.
Okay, remember, you have your instructions. We're going to do exercise number 1. Remember, it's 69 cents a square foot for the carpet. You got to figure out how much money Miss Tracy is going to have to spend to recarpet this room. All right? So, group number 1, go ahead and line up. Line up, group one.
Someone bring the blue sheet.
That's all right, group one, those are all okay.
Don't fight over it.
Group number two, please line up. Group number three, please line up.
I got mine.
Group four, line up. And group five, line up. Listen, look at me. Wiley, look at me. This is where we're going to go measure. We're going to measure the back side and this side right here. We're not going over to the bushes, okay? So we're going to measure these sides over here, okay? And then you have to figure out the area. You have your formulas, okay? These are multi-step problems. You're going to have to put on your critical thinking caps and figure out how to do it. If you need some help, you know I'm always available. Julian, question.
Since it being that way is longer, if we find out how much it is over there, do we have to say that that's
Oh, maybe you might want to get with your group and figure out how to do this. Okay? Okay, let's move outside. Let's move outside.
They're not being rectangles.
Okay, so it says 10 feet right here. So somebody comes in right here. Okay, now that's long. Okay, let her go. Okay, stay right there. Trying to hold it. Somebody hold it. Okay, so there's 10 feet here. Right here. We have 20 feet. Start from here and you have to do it's 29 feet. We're going to do 10 feet. Let's fly together. It's 10 feet. Now, 30 feet. 30 feet to our forehead. No, but yeah. This one? No, this one. Yeah. Don't let them yeah, yes, sir. The time is 40 times 2. 33. 30. I got it. You can do this one. You got it. Hold it up. Mister. Okay, that's number 2. Somebody else, Steven. That one. All right, come down this way. Come down this way. The big I was good as well. Let's go. I can't tell. This is 4 feet. Why are you not making? We're on camera. We already did. Yeah, we did. 33. 4 feet, 10 inches. So right, 24 feet, 10 inches. That's also. No, the other side was 30 inches. No, that other side. Oh, no, yeah. Keep going. Wait, that's 10 feet. Come on. But we have to find the area.
Move over here. You're done.
Bring it up to 10 feet.
Alright, I guess I gotta wait.
Oh yeah. Look, that's 2 seconds. That's 20. No, that's not it. That's 21.
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright, that's my area. That's 20. That's
Wait, no, Jasmine, you have one. Come on. Can I show you a photo right here?
That's 20. So the thing is, it'll be area. Let's just go double check our work. Let's do it again. Yeah, we have some time. We might as well see something.
You guys finished measuring?
Another 10 feet. We're just double checking out. 10 feet. Angel, come sit here. And here. Now we're not. What's 30?
We start like
30 feet. 10 feet, Sarah.
Alright, 37 times 0.69. 37 times 0.69. 37.7.
You gotta measure this side still. We're just rechecking our work.
You don't do that stuff. 37.
Okay. Now, come here. Come here.
We have to get these.
Nathan, Hunter, come on. Does everybody have their measurements?
Yes.
How could you not have your
Yes,
measurements?
we do.
Remember, you have to calculate the price. I gave you a copy of the instructions. All right, we're going to move inside, and you're going to calculate your prices. Let's move.
57 times 0.6.
Everybody should be doing their own computations. Do your own. You may consult with your group. Do your own computations.
You all got to do Let me see that. So 30 feet. 0.7. Yeah, 24 minutes. 24 times 2. Oh yeah,
49 feet.
You have to multiply.
So put that. And 49 feet.
It's based on size. And then times width.
And then we need to
Under
add 60 plus 49. 60 plus 49.
Before I said 28.
That'd be 100. And then 8 inches. 69. That's how much.
Now, we should have some prices, right?
We're trying.
You're trying?
We're trying.
8,000.
30 feet along and then times the time. Alright, and then we got 24. What was it? 24 inches.
Okay, look up here, stop. Stop. Look up here, Ariels. Look up at me. Okay, I see a lot of mistakes being made, alright? You guys are doing perimeter and then multiplying. Perimeter is not area. You need to make sure you're using the right formulas. How many sides did we measure?
2.
2 sides. So you should only have a base times a height or a length times a width. If you're multiplying a length times 2 and then doing it again and then multiplying it, you're not doing it right. You're doing the perimeter. You're doing the perimeter area. You're going to get a much larger number than you're getting. Don't make the mistakes. Look at your formulas. Try to figure it out. Okay? What shape is the building?
Rectangle.
Is it were they exact? No. Then what is it? A rectangle. What is the formula for the area of a rectangle?
Beta height.
Did anybody get a price yet?
No. I did. But it's wrong.
It's wrong.
Can I try this?
Can we try it? We're not finished yet.
Yeah, you can try.
Wait, can I tell you what?
How do you get?
So what did we
That's the problem.
He changed it. But it's not even.
Oh, yeah.
They do that. Okay, so that would be one. Okay, so it'll be 30 and 49. Right? So, yes.
Wait, were you looking to Miss Miller, the principal of the elementary school for the PFA banners for the Mustang?
I want to see some numbers start popping up. I want to see some dollar signs start popping. If you have a dollar sign, stop. We have a conclusion. We have a conclusion. Let's see what your conclusion is. How much are you spending on carpet?
$69.
I didn't ask you. I asked that group. How much are we spending on carpet?
$563.39.
$563.39. Did you guys come up with a conclusion? You did not. Did you guys come up with a conclusion? What did you come up with? What did you guys come up with?
I'm pretty sure it's wrong.
What did you come up with? 39.33. So, I see 500 and I see 39. Somewhere we have a disconnect, do we not? So I'm about to clarify everything. Let me clarify, then you can do your own. Here we go. We have a building, and we want to know the area of that building, because we want to buy some carpet. Can that happen? It can happen, right? Maybe you want to buy tile. Maybe you want to buy linoleum. Depends. Are you going to change floors in your houses? Probably. You're probably going to replace carpet or tile or something during your lifetime. Yes, you will. So you need to figure out the area, which is the space, two-dimensional space inside of this building to figure out the carpet. So we measure, since we can't measure the inside, we measure the outside. Okay? What was one measurement that we had on one side? What'd you get, Nathan?
34 feet.
34 feet. 34 feet. What do we get on the other side? Give me another measurement. What'd you get, Antonella?
Wait, which side's which? I thought you
Did everybody get a side close to 34 feet? Similar.
Yes.
Everybody got a side?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you guys get? What did you guys get
Oh, on that?
on that side?
Oh,
24 feet. Okay, 24 feet. Did everybody get some similar dimensions?
but
Everybody got similar?
yes.
Okay.
We got 1 foot down.
Okay. So maybe you're off a couple inches. It's not exact. We rounded to the foot, right? That's okay. Okay? Now, how do I figure out the area of this? I'm multiplying. Simple as that. Base times height, length times width. Look at your formulas. Who added them?
Us.
You added. Who added and multiplied by 2?
I have a question.
Yes.
For the 24 feet, we had 24 feet 5 inches.
Yes. But we're rounding.
We have 24 feet.
That's okay. What we do, we multiply the length times the width. That comes up with the area. 24 times 34.
Yeah, they got it right.
6 down, carry 1. 4 times 2 is 8. 1 is 9. Placeholder. 8 times 4 is 12. 2 down, carry 1. 2 times 3 is 7. 6. 1 down, carry 1. 816. Did everybody come up with 816 square feet? Something similar. Is that what you
We
came
had
up with?
5 inches.
Well, you added 5 inches. Did somebody come up with something similar? Yes. 792.
He had it second right. We had 818.
818. Okay, so we have a similar area, right? We have a similar area. Yeah, that's fine.
We got 30 feet and 24 feet, and
Okay.
then we got 1,000.
So, okay,
We got 1,000.
$1,000.
excuse me,
Sorry.
excuse me, Barry Ellis. We're gonna say right now that it's 816 square feet. Now, how do I calculate the price of the carpet? What do I do?
Times 816 times 69 cents.
Times 69 cents. Do the math. Julian, what'd you get?